You can see here, all right, something which is very, very important. I think, my beloved students, this is the most important lesson for me, which I've tried to send through the telegram with the exercises. The most important for all of us. Otherwise, we cannot meet in the future, because everything has become precarious. See the meaning in the dictionary at home. All right? Here it says we have one option choice. Option choice is the kind of idiom which we have at lesson 2 of grade 12 when we are left with one choice. No vaccination, no medicine. Therefore, all the top doctors, all the health care workers, the nurses, which sacrifice their life, all right, to save the life of their patients. They have told us. Then they are still telling us, the government, the religious people, the teachers, parents at home, they tell us, stay at home, wash your hands. Here, these are imperative sentences. I want to make them polite. My beloved student, you should stay at home to secure your life. You should wash your hands before touching your mouth, nose, eyes. Using a soap, a bar of soap, you should wash your hands. Then, don't shake your hands with people. Always at arm's length. High. Because the time demands to be careful, to be circumspect, to be meticulous. We need to be careful. There is no joke, right? Otherwise, everything has become perilous. The next one, keep social distancing. This is always said, all right? All the televisions of the world, all their news are on COVID-19. Around the clock, 24 hours. If you listen to the news of the CNN, to the BBC, to the Voice of America, to the Ethiopian television, they transmit their news on COVID-19. Therefore, the repetition of this will make us to be careful, more careful. And finally, listen to the instructions given by the healthcare workers. Listening is very important. We should take heed of their advice, which is very important. In school, my beloved students, you know what the importance of listening. This, for us, it's not something new, because students, they should listen to what their teachers say in class. Therefore, this kind of instruction, I can say mantra. Mantra, actually, the meaning is a kind of slogan which is said repeatedly. Therefore, since we listen every day, every hour, we listen these words, which are important. That's why I tried to connect with the lessons. Okay, next to the mantra, here I have again set some beautiful, they can be saying or quotations like this. The first one, I have tried to write it on the blackboard, thinking that it will help for every one of us, we teachers, because I have extracted from a very recent book, which I've got it from one of my ex-students who was here 3 days before she came from Addis to pay a visit to her parents. She has given me as a gift, and she has told me that this book is very, very important. Try to give everything which you find for your beloved students. Therefore, if we read together, every single one of us is entitled to feel fulfilled, which means extremely happy and satisfied by the work we do. I like teaching more than I like myself. To wake up feeling inspired. If I am not inspired, I cannot inspire my students. This is the logic. Therefore, I have to prepare my lesson, all right, injecting something which can inspire the students in the future to go to work, having an inspiration, to feel safe. For example, when you come here, when we come in the morning, we spend all the teachers of RDCO at school preparing whatever important reading in the library and giving our students important things, right, through the telegram. Therefore, to feel safe when we are at work or very safe, and to return home with a sense that we contribute to something larger than ourselves. This has to be the aim of every teacher who is in our district. Now the second one, again from another novel, which I have read it while I am in the lockdown. I said the lockdown has given us a great opportunity to read novels, to prepare beautiful questions, whatever. Man's goodness is a flame which can be hidden, covered, but never extinguished. Therefore, we are an embodiment of good and bad. But the good part of us is more. Again, this is also true. Now, this one, it can be taken as an innocence. All right? In French, they say, la jeunesse est un âge difficile, which means youth is a difficult time. Most of the time, we become careless. If we are careless now, we lose the game. We endanger the life of other people. Because this pandemic virus is deadly. Therefore, it says there is no innocence more dangerous. All right? We do it because we don't think that something bad will happen to us. We take that part for granted. That's why it is written like this. More than the innocence of age. This is when we are young. Therefore, now the time needs precaution, carefulness, resilience, awareness to be safe. And the last one, again, it's a proverb. Prevention is better than cure. Once we are infected, sometimes it will be very dangerous. We cannot recover. We never know. Because even the advanced countries of the world, they couldn't get, all right? They couldn't know or decipher the nature of the virus. Okay, this will be the last part of my today's lesson on video tutorial. Here I have set some important or pertinent vocabulary, diction, which have a great relevance with COVID-19. The words are, I have written COVID-19, it's a shorter form, I think. The full word of COVID-19 is coronavirus, which consists of 11 letters. Now, the telephone number of coronavirus is 315 18. Let me start again. 3 15 18 15 141. Then 22 or 22 9 18 21 19. which amounts to, if you add up the numbers of the 6 letters of corona, it comes to 66. And if you add up the numbers of the 5 letters of virus, you have 89. 89 amounts to 155. The total. Now to your surprise, for me, 155 means 1 plus 6, 1 plus 5, 6, 6 plus 5, 11. It coincides with this one. And it coincides also of the date which I have prepared today. It is Monday, the 11th of Genbot, 2012. I say coincidence, the number 11. Therefore, the number 11 is a dangerous number. All right? Now, pandemic. We can say pestilence. We can say scourge. Pandemic. All right? Our Earth has been beset by a lot of pandemics. For example, 1918. It was the time of the First World War. The First World War was stopped because of the pandemic of the outbreak of the influenza, the Spanish flu we call it. Otherwise, if the war had continued, a lot of people could have died. It was stopped because the pandemic started and decimating, killing the soldiers. It says in one dictionary. Therefore, pandemic is an important word. We try to relate it. In grade 11 also textbook on page 78 we have type of illnesses, type of disease, HIV, tuberculosis, pneumonia, cancer, AIDS, malaria. They are stated. Therefore, I will try to blend the lessons in such a way. Now, this pandemic virus is spreading at an alarming rate. Students, be careful. It has reached the entire globe, daily circulating at breakneck speed, or at top speed, we call it. It is faster than the champion of the world, Usain Bolt, the Jamaican. Faster than that. It has almost conquered the world. The expression at an alarming rate, you see. Perilous means danger. It will kill you. It will kill. It will kill all of us. It will paralyze the economy. People start to become fearful as a result of this. Therefore, perilous and mortal, they have the same meaning. Severe havoc, destruction. Then we have death toll. It has reached, I think yesterday it said 300,000. The death toll has reached the number of the patients who died without having, most of them, a decent Christian or Muslim burial ceremony. They had what? Mass grave. Mass grave. We cannot even bury our beloved one if we die in such a way. It will be a mass grave. Because the rate of transmitting is very fast. The next one, the worst crisis. For us, the best opportunity to adjust ourselves, to read, to stay at home, I can say like that, and to get rest for us teachers. Catastrophe means dangerous, catastrophic, a kind of destruction, calamity, destruction, jeopardizing danger, decimating, ravaging, killing. Instead of saying killing, we can use decimating. A devastating effect, on the economy, all right? In everything. And relentless means unchallenged. It has become unchallenged now. Nobody could conquer the virus so far. It has got super hand or upper hand in the world. The last part, we are at number 17 of the vocabulary, educational resilience, all right? We have to continue. We may be poor, all right? We may be weak in our lessons, but now we have an opportunity. Use the lessons which are sent. Plus, try to visit all the different channels that you have, all the telegram which are used by various schools where you are. You will get an advantage. Now, 18 antidote. Antidote means a kind of remedy. The antidote for the pandemic is work. If we are busy, we forget. It says, it's a kind of thing. The antidote is action. Try to be busy and try to develop a kind of passion. Read, listen. Precaution, carefulness. Yardstick of equality. If we do the exercises on our exercise books, as usual, neatly, we gain something. We will be satisfied. Satisfaction, we cannot buy it with money. A trust etiquette. We have to believe what is said. A trust etiquette. Etiquette means a kind of discipline. Equanimity, I will explain in my conclusion part. In my conclusion part later on. It's a kind of resilience actually. Then here, nose diving. If a teacher does his work conscientiously, he will be respected in later life. Otherwise, if he does carelessly, in later life, everything will be nose diving. He cannot recover or get the needed respect from his beloved student. And the last part, sine qua non, it's a Latin expression, which means very, very important. The teaching expression, all right, is a sine qua non profession. Therefore, all of us, we have to respect it. It will be the taking leave part, all right. Before I wind up, I would like to say something as a conclusion. My beloved students, it is taken from lesson 5 paper of grade 11 at the end. I am using the paper. It says, dear students, we are living in a miserable world. Our existence has become precarious, a very important word, precarious, due to the pandemic coronavirus. So, to regain our equanimity, which you have it in the vocabulary part, equanimity. In Amharic it says, b'asቸጋሪ ጊዜ መረጋጋት. Maragaga. We should not feel anxious, we should not feel fearful, we should control ourselves. We should need our resilience, recovery. In his 2009 book, Resilience, Cyrulnik writes, resilience is a mesh and not a substance. We are forced to meet ourselves, using the people and things we meet in our emotional and social environment. Resilience is not a character. Traits we are born with, where some have more and others less. It is something we create. It is a process requiring the right conditions. In the future, I will do my level best, all right, to satisfy your curiosity or your thirst of knowledge. If the virus continues, we will have more important lessons. Let me stop here. I thank you very much.